That's
it's called.
what I said.
All right.
Let's do it.
Hi,
Go.
everybody. This is a new show. We call Brad and Justin Work From Home. It's because I'm Justin
And I'm Brett.
and we work from home.
Now.
Now, we didn't used to before.
Yeah.
Our
I
old-
kind of
our-
like the now, though.
Did you get a call from our old job? I guess you're still technically a little bit with our old job.
Yeah, I help him out now and again. Call about what, though?
I got a call. They were like, it's like one of those like, hey babe, you up? Like, you know, booty
Was it like this
calls.
one? I just don't answer these. Is that
Oh Jesus! I'm just looking. All right, so for those of you who don't know, Brett is still like, I guess tangentially connected to a team building company. We both love it. We think they're great.
Oh, yeah.
Like
They're
they're
great.
amazing. But literally, I'm just looking at an avalanche of unresponded to texts from December 2nd onward, just asking like, "Hey, can you help?" Another day goes by. Hey, there's another game. Can you help with that? Hey, can you just hop on a phone call with us at some point in the next year? Hey, I need you to do another thing. Can you do that today? And then at the end, when she just sent a strong emoji, like a flexing bicep emoji.
In my defense, I do still work with them and have run a game for them like in the past 2 weeks. I just wait for it to be so important that they call me. Like it has to be double extra important before I do anything.
Wait, I got a call from them yesterday about like, hey man, we got there's a new attitude around this place. We got cool things going on.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I don't know. I just like
We're
talking.
hipping with it.
Also, apparently here, I mean, I guess now I'm kind of regretting even just bringing up their business like on a random podcast. But here is something I do want to talk about. They're having their Christmas party
Yeah.
on Monday.
Yeah.
A Monday, 5 o'clock to like 8 o'clock
Yeah.
Christmas party.
Granted, they are a real business in the same way we work from home. And that like they can just say like, "Hey everyone, why don't you F off today and we'll go have a party."
Yeah,
Like
but
they don't need to like half of the people that work there won't know that it's Monday.
Yeah, but like all of their significant others and friends will, right?
That's a problem for another person.
I mean, no, but that's not. That's the whole point. Is everybody gets together and like you bring your wife or you bring your boyfriend, you bring whatever, and they're all like, oh my god, let's all like,
Yeah.
he keeps talking about that thing, like, and then and everybody gets too drunk and it's a fun time.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing on Monday? That's crazy.
That is weird. They are doing a thing over the week. I don't know why we're talking about this. This is
I just want to know about. I wouldn't need to say
Yeah.
on them, just in general. What is the optimum time for a holiday party?
oh my gosh, it totally depends on the company.
If
I
we're
would say
gonna- if
for
we-
most companies, the
if-
optimum
if-
time
if-
for a holiday party
yeah.
is never.
Never.
Never. For
Never.
most companies.
Why?
Because I would say like
You don't like him, guys?
No,
do
it's
you
not-
like? We're streaming live on Twitch right now. Where are, I want you guys to help out on this. What is the best time to do a holiday party? Friday, Saturday, early in the season, late in the season?
here's the rub, right? Like no matter what, you're going to work at a time you don't necessarily want to. Like best case scenario, the party is like at a convenient time, like Friday at 5, but then you worked all week and you just want to go home. Then, like, your next option is Saturday and Sunday, which is way more free. Your family gets to come and everything. But if you don't love what you do and where you do it, then you're going somewhere you don't want to be at a place that you're at all week long to hang out with people you don't like all that much.
So Princess Dagger says half past never. So she's with you.
Yeah.
RG Manifesto, Friday the week before. We had an office happy hour this last Wednesday. Seemed kind of odd, but the best time for a holiday party is in early January.
Oh, yes. That's when the best President's Day parties happen.
Dude, those presidents'
Yeah.
parties are lit,
Oh.
boy.
MLK happy hour.
Friday at 3, no guests and a lot of booze. I had my company Christmas party last week, Friday evening.
So you don't mind staying at work, or did you go off site? Like that's another thing there too. Is like most companies. I mean, we work closely with a ton of companies in situations just like this.
I mean, yeah.
And so
I mean, I don't think it's telling tales out of school that the
Yeah.
company that we used to work for was like a go-to party favor for holiday parties. We did
Right.
a ton of holiday party things during the season.
Yeah, and so most companies are looking to not spend money on a holiday party, so they have it in their office to begin with.
Yeah.
And so you're already stuck. You're trapped. You're right where you don't want to be 40 hours a week.
No, you're right. No, all right. So here's what's BS.
Yeah.
This is to me the worst holiday parties. Holiday parties that are in the office, far lamer. Just go to a bar. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't take much.
Yeah.
Just throw a credit card down behind the bar. Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Yeah.
Like that's all you really need.
Right.
This whole
Anything
like,
else is overthinking it.
this whole like, oh well, we'll just go to Costco. I mean, like really, for what we're gonna pay for the bar, you know, we might as well just get a bunch of Coors. Like,
Yeah.
I
I mean,
no.
even if, say, that's your thing, we live in California. Go have a picnic or something. Just literally get out of the building,
Get
and
out of
that's
the building.
priority one.
Number one, I'm not down with you with this picnic thing, but yes,
I'm not saying picnics are great. I'm
Yeah.
saying the building is that awful.
I would say if people at our old job said, "Oh, our holiday party's gonna be a picnic next week," I would spit in their face.
What if they said it's going to be a picnic with unlimited booze?
We're talking.
Keep going.
We're
Keep
talking.
going.
Yeah. Is this picnic at 7:00 and indoors? If so, we
All right,
got a
starting to
thing.
feel it. Starting to feel it.
Here's what I think. This is my pitch. I'm a fan of the early holiday season holiday party.
Oh, so not like early in day. Like you want it in July.
No, not July. Yes, Christmas in July.
Yeah, it's a thing. I've heard of it.
Oh, wait, hold on. No, that's a thing. Has there ever been a Christmas in July movie?
Oh, I'm sure.
Like
How
not
could there
about
not have been?
not like one where it's like oh, like I'm a alcoholic and I'm robbing a bank, like and it happens to be Christmas in July, but like Christmas in July, the movie.
Like Santa falls off of a rooftop into
Yeah.
the snow in, say, Alaska, so the permafrost doesn't melt
Doesn't-
until
yeah.
July.
Yeah.
And that's when you discover his dead body, put on his coat, and are like, oh my God, I have to save Christmas. And your
In
wife
July.
is like, but it's July, honey. And then the beard grows and he's like, the suit says, I gots to save Christmas. They're Alaskan. That's an Alaskan
Is
accent.
that an Alaskan accent?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know if you're familiar. You ever
One
been?
to 1 to 10 on the Rounceville scale. How Rounceville was that?
No, they're all white up there.
Are they?
Yeah. White or like Native
well,
American.
We're just gonna U-turn on this. What do you say we just go ahead and U-turn on that one? You want to know what? People are definitely on your side. Everybody in this chat room doesn't want to go to their holiday party.
See? It's because most
D8
people.
UV says he's Alaskan and that's super wrong.
I mean, super wrong because I nailed you, or like super wrong
Please
because.
do not pick a fight. Please do not pick a fight with Alaska right now. That's all I'm asking you.
They're so far away and there's so few people in it.
You're itching. All right, let's just go. Let's just go full bore. Get it out of your system. Let's push these
actually-
couches back.
I
Let's
actually
slide it
really
up.
love Alaska. Alaska's beautiful. I've only been
Is this
once,
like where
but it
you
was
do
really
your
good.
Don Rickles setup?
My
Like,
back. It's
my
beautiful.
favorite thing about Alaska is.
It's beautiful considering all the ugly people in
Oh! Alaska
Ah.
will crush you with their $8 gallons of milk, says D8UV. Yeah, that is the thing about Alaska, right? You're living up there with the highest alcohol percentage in the nation and
Yeah.
literally nobody around you, and bald eagles are as plentiful and bothersome as pigeons, and you're
Yeah.
like, man, I'm really glad I get to pay for the privilege of being up here.
It's basic. I mean, it's kind of cool. Like salmon is free, unlimited free salmon.
Yeah.
And then you also get like a booze allotment from the state every year. Like everyone gets their piece of the oil investment dividend.
Oh,
and
really?
so they get like, I don't know, like $800 per person per family just to spend on booze all year. I mean, I assume that it's state mandated that they spend it on booze. I
Man,
didn't
we're
really ask
getting
questions about
we're
that.
getting the real download here. D8UV says Alaska has the highest suicide rates, and bald eagles are awful. They're dumb, terrible seagulls.
Terrible seagulls sounds like an oxymoron, though.
What? I mean, I guess yeah. Nobody's
Yeah.
like, hey, come here, my pet seagull. Edward has learned a new trick. Everybody hates a seagull.
No, they're all terrible.
The BioCow is saying it's 2,000 a person.
I think it varies by year. It all depends on how well their
How
investments
well
did
the
that
oil
year.
goes.
Yeah.
Damn, no wonder why they were like drill baby drill up there.
Yeah, and also like you have to live there. You have to establish residency. So I want to say it's like 6 months, but then like every member of your family. So I have a family that popped out a baby on like December of one year and got an extra $1,000 from the state.
Where were we? We were in Christmas in July, and then we were on something else before that. Holiday parties. All right, so
holiday
here's
parties.
my thing.
Yeah.
I like a December 5th holiday party.
Okay.
Like I want a holiday party to like kick off the holiday season.
Yeah.
Like right after Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Here's what you do.
I'm listening.
Friday, half day,
Okay.
or work from home. Your choice,
Uh-huh.
right? So that's really the give back. The give back is you don't got to do a lot of work on this day.
And then when the party happens, it happens during that half-day period that they gave you or later?
Like happy hour. Early in the night. So here are the two elements that I'm a big fan of.
Okay.
Give people off of work,
Yeah.
right? Happy hour starting Christmas party. Nobody wants a Christmas party that starts at 8 with a
you
bunch of strangers.
So you go into work late? Or
You go to a bar. You don't. I mean, like, so either you work from home or you go into work, and if you need to get stuff
so
done
you go
in
into
the
work
office-
at like 8 a.m., you get off of work at like noon or 1, and
Yeah.
then you go straight to the bar from there?
You can go home. You can change. You can do whatever you want. Your time is yours.
That's terrible. You just
Why?
suggested a terrible thing.
Why?
Once I go home, I don't want to go back to work.
You're not
That's
going to
even
work.
worse than going to work.
You're going to a bar.
You're going to work. You're just going to work at a bar.
You can ditch too. This gives you high ditch potential.
So what you're saying is your favorite holiday party is that get together all of your friends have after work on any given day of the year.
But I don't pay for it.
All right, touche.
Right?
I think the part you're
I
forgetting.
feel like you were just being obstinate.
No.
on this right now.
I think that
You
you're
are.
forgetting that like you and I have worked really hard to have this glorious lifestyle where we talk to a camera at 11 a.m. on a Friday.
Yeah.
And that most
and you
people
were late for it, by the way.
I blame my missing wife. But also, more importantly, I think most people really don't like their jobs that much. I don't know that so many people like out and out hate it, but I think enough people are like, I really don't want to go today, and I really don't like these people.
Oh my god, dude. Let's get into this. Right?
Okay.
So this BioCow has looked up the Alaska payment history.
Uh-huh.
Okay? 2011. Wait, is this per month?
No, a year.
Per year.
Yeah. And that's a lot of like portions of a cent.
So
You put a decimal place way up there.
2005 it was over 2,000.
Holy cow.
2016 it was just over $1,000. The dividend was estimated to be 2,052. However, Governor Walker vetoed reduced by approximately half. Oh, they're going to be crabby because the state ran out of money. Wait, I thought. So the state just needs more oil money, and so they can't pass it along to the people?
No, I don't think so. I think the dividend is like what, like above and beyond what they need to run the state. I might be wrong. I don't know all that much about it.
Yeah. What would you do? I mean, like, would you want just a random like $2,000 to fall in your lap? Like,
I mean, that's kind of like the idea of basic income, right? Except this is a very
like
tiny piece.
universal basic income,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I think. I think it's a very interesting idea for a little further in the future. Like right now, I guess the problem I have is like we mentioned early on that
We're doing such important work that we don't want other freeloaders taking the money.
Oh no, not that at all.
Yeah,
No,
that's
no.
it. Especially those filthy Alaskans, right?
I was actually gonna make this really personal. So
Go.
here's my take on free money from the state.
Yeah.
In my world.
In your world.
In my world.
The world in which you could not make it on time for a work from home podcast. Go ahead.
In my defense,
personal
also,
responsibility.
I don't get to work from home. I have to walk like a block to get here.
Fair point.
Not like a city block, not one of those
We
1
are
mile
working
blocks.
from my home right
Not
now.
one of those like 1 mile long blocks, but like a block in that there are small streets.
I really
us.
want to give our addresses up. My wife would literally spin
see how
kick my
far
head
apart
off,
we are?
but just so I could show to everybody what a hilariously small walk it is.
My address is on the internet. Anyway, so free money. Like we mentioned that I live like this meager lifestyle in Oakland
Yeah.
because I don't like to spend money. So like there is a point where like extra money right now doesn't do a lot for me. Like you could give me an extra like $50,000 to $100,000 a year before like it starts to change the way I live my life.
Yeah.
And then like that's all mostly inconsequential to me right now. Like it's money that I would just put in a savings account and never think about. But if you gave me like $3 million or something, then we're starting to talk and I just like F off. You never see me again.
So what you're
I,
saying
like,
is
pull
that-
out of the public eye. I'm gone. Into the wind.
You would not leave.
I feel like
With
I
$3
would go
million?
far away.
Where would you go?
Everywhere.
Oh, you would travel.
I would well one I would like put down stakes somewhere where things are significantly cheaper than Oakland and probably more beautiful.
Okay.
I would fold into the island lifestyle and never be seen or heard from again. I actually don't know what I would do. I probably wouldn't go. You know
Yeah,
what? Even if you
no.
gave me $3 million, I don't think it would change my life that
No,
much.
if I gave you $3 million right now, you'd just buy that like quadplex that you wanted to buy like 4 years ago.
That's probably true. Well, then I might not be in
And
the public
yeah,
eye so
and-
much because I'm busy fixing that up
Yeah.
and trying to figure out how to get
No,
the pocket door
literally,
to work.
this is no joke. If I handed you $3 million right now, you'd borrow the extra million it took for you to buy the house that you wanted to buy, and you'd graduate to becoming a handyman full time. You'd be like, finally, now I can really place shims in pocket doors. Now it's really on. Drywall, here I come. Ah, the lap of luxury.
You're right. You're right. I misguessed myself.
There's no part of you that wants to like. I had this thing with Guts and Glory, who just finished like a 3-month.
Oh,
little,
look, someone who can attest to how far away we live from each other.
Oh.
BioCow has when Tom was in town, BioCow walked from my house to your house.
Yeah, a BioCow estimate in time how long it took you to walk from one place to another,
And
so
then
people
and
can
then
get a
maybe in
sense.
distance.
And then
Also.
maybe in
And then we'll
distance.
see how wrong you are or right.
Your dad plays asks, did you have to walk to my house uphill both ways?
I actually, amazingly, it's downhill both ways.
Yeah,
yeah.
you could.
It's really embarrassing.
Like you could take a route that took you uphill both ways.
That is
between-
true, yeah.
Yeah, but it would be dumb.
This is an effed up neighborhood, man.
It's weird.
It's just
There's
a bunch
a lot of
It's
weird
like
hills.
drawn by Dr. Seuss.
So Guts and Glory, who are the design partners for the Contender, just took like a big sabbatical to Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
I almost want to read the list of ailments that befell that befell one half of the couple, Fawn. Like I had told them initially, like you guys are going to be back in a month and a half.
Uh-huh.
Because they were driving down there. I'm like, you guys are workaholics. Like, you guys, like, creativity is kind of your thing.
Yeah.
Like, and they work for themselves. And so it's like, at some point, you guys are going to want to do something. And, that'll be that. You guys are going to come back. And then they totally did. They actually, like, really,
Oh, really?
really enjoyed just, like, surfing and getting high
Oh.
and having a good time. So I don't know. I mean, maybe I just have a problem where I can't relax and I distrust vacation and I don't like it or the thought of it. Like
I enjoy vacation as long as novelty is still there. Like I really enjoy seeing things I've never seen before. I can get behind that all day.
let me see if I can find.
Look, they're being creative. Look at all these pretty pictures they're taking.
No, their Instagram game is just off the chain. Like they just look fantastic. Oh, maybe they took this down, unless it was a super old post. But it was like the list of maladies that befell. Oh, here we go. Okay. I'm just gonna let you know this list goes 12 deep.
Yeah,
12 deep. They were in Mexico for like 3 months.
I'm ready. Number 7 looks like a really good story.
All right. 2nd degree 4-inch burn on leg, day 3. Crap. I don't know. Some of this is personal. I don't know if I just want to read this. The severe diarrhea, 2-week-long antibiotic stretches, 3 trips to the clinic where I saw 3 different doctors who all had different diagnoses, 7 separate prescription medications, blood and stool samples taken. On a surf lesson, the board slammed into the head, knocking her out. Fell on dirty streets sober and cut the leg open from the knee all the way down to the foot.
Jeez.
Still suffering from diarrhea and hasn't absorbed nutrients in over a month. On another surfing lesson, the big toenail ripped halfway off. Kept falling over onto the ground because she couldn't keep anything into her body. And on her last night in Mexico, walking to dinner, she tripped and ripped another hole in her leg.
Holy cow! Are the streets made of glass in Mexico?
They were in Sayulita.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's funny. So basically, there's just like
The same place that, yeah.
unbuilt buildings standing in our way everywhere.
So, yeah, you know exactly where all that happened.
Yeah. Did you know that there is a reason why they don't finish building their buildings? Like they purposely have rebar sticking out of the top of all of them because there is an extra tax once you finish the building?
Really?
Yeah. I mean, that's what some random stranger in Sayulita told me. Was it Sayulita?
Sayulita, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, like we were playing this game. It's like Slugbug. So John and I were playing Slugbug, but instead it was rebar. So like every time you saw a building,
I want to spill coffee.
I know, that's funny. Every time you see a building with rebar sticking out of it unfinished, you'd hit the other person.
You punch it.
So we hit each other like a lot, and it turned out that was why.
So yeah, I mean, I don't know what I would do with $3 million. I feel like I would just stay here. I feel like I would just buy. I would use that $3 million to borrow another $1 million to buy a place.
Like
here.
$3 million is enough here to buy like an income property that you can live in forever. It's just enough to not be the right. It's just enough to get you in trouble if you were to try to buy like a single family home here, because then you'd eat up all your cash buying the home, and then you'd still have crazy property taxes every year.
Yeah, man, it's expensive here.
Yeah,
Do you ever think it's not going to be expensive here?
I do a little bit.
You think the bottom's going to fall out at some point?
I think at some point. I think sooner or later, like the tech starts to spread away from here, and then we see a drop.
But that would kind of be a softening, right? That wouldn't be like the bottom, like.
I mean, even if it's a softening, like interests will catch up. Like not interest, inflation will catch up.
Okay, so here let's answer this. JV Phobic in our Twitch chat room. You can watch us twitch.tv/Justin R. Young says, admit it. For what you two do for a living, living in Oakland is
False.
DUMB.
False. Also, to be fair, it's not $3 million for a single family home. It's like $1 million for a single family home. But then you're gonna have to start working again because of all the taxes.
Yeah.
And again, like it's not dumb to live here. Like I would say the only reason we both live here.
Hey, hold on. It's dumb, Brett. We work from home.
True or false? Do we not both live
anywhere.
here? True or false? Do we not both live here because of what we do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we were brought out here for a job.
Well, yes, but now we also, like, what we do is still tied to this location, despite us being able to do most of what we do from anywhere.
Because our wives work.
Well, also because of that. Because the secret to our success is marrying people who do have jobs.
And they pay the bills.
Oh, it was a little bit sad because it's kind of true now.
I mean, hey, listen. We're both living off our wife's health coverage, right?
That is for sure true. Yeah. That is for sure true. Katie works for a hospital. So like we get great health care.
Yeah. Cullen9 says $1 million would get me 25 acres and a 4,000 square foot house.
I bet it would get you like a nice 3-bedroom, 2-bath.
It would get you a nice spot on Mission Street where you could pee on the side of the wall.
In San Francisco it's even worse than here. But here you would get live in a really nice neighborhood.
A lovely closet-sized studio apartment where you could overlook the
Oh, geez.
the
Actually,
the
no, I don't want to say that.
the street flesh fair. What is that? What is it? What's the one? The thing.
Fulton Street.
The Folsom Street
Folsom
Fuck
Street.
Fest.
I don't think that's the technical name for it.
Should be.
But you could be online anyway.
Yeah, JB Phobic. Number one, where do you live, JB Phobic? Because I'm curious what your frame of reference is. I can understand Amtrak are working in the area for Mission Pick because startup app. Of course,
Yeah.
everybody go ahead and download Mission Pick.
Yeah.
New stuff coming here.
Yes, less than 2 weeks.
Less than 2 weeks for new Mission Pick stuff.
Amazing new Mission Pick stuff. It looks incredible. I just couldn't be more excited to show it off.
But JV Phobic says, like, I could be online anywhere. Now, there is no doubt. So JV lives in Milwaukee. Milwaukee.
What's the
Algonquin
address? How far is
for
the walk from here to
good
your
land.
house, JV?
There are times where I fantasize about, like, man, you know, with the money that we're making, if Ashley could work from home and we could move somewhere, like we could actually get a house and we could, like, set up a real studio and we
Yeah.
could, like, actually, like, install stuff for a kitchen and have space for a kitchen. And, like, there are elements that I'm like, oh, man, that would be really, really nice.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, oh, wow, like, you could do that if you live in Sacramento. And then I'm like,
Yeah.
And it's not that Sacramento's bad.
No.
Sacramento's all right. It's cool. There's some stuff there. It's just hard that, like, when you're around so much stuff and so many people,
Yeah.
it's hard to leave that. I think
That's the problem.
I think we're both fairly. I mean, now you know you're taking care of Scarlett and everything, but, like,
Yeah.
we're social people. Like, we like to connect.
I was taken aback. I had no idea that Oakland was so cool, and I sing its praises all the time now. But like Katie and I have done the same thing because we come from, like, the mountains outside of Fresno. Like, the cheapest place you can live in California is where we were born and raised, and so we could move back there and practically live off of our savings for the rest of our lives. Like, we wouldn't have to do much at all to live our lifestyle. But then we'd have to live there, and we literally love it here. It's great. Katie, like, does not want to move anywhere else.
Yeah. Somebody asked. Let me find it here. If you had to move, what would be your number one location to move?
If I had to move, I would probably move somewhere with the assumption that I wouldn't be there for longer than a few years. Like, I wouldn't think of it as a place that I was moving forever. And my favorite cities in America where I would like to experience living for a while are Boston and Austin.
Fort Collins, Colorado. Fort Collins, Colorado. Fort Collins, Colorado. Fort Collins, Colorado. And Fort Collins, Colorado. Right?
I do like
Is that
Fort
your
Collins.
top five?
Fort Collins is in my top 5, but it's not my top 3. I think
I'm gonna tell him you said that. I'm gonna tell him that you're a little
I'm
blind.
gonna call social. Hey, you remember Brett? No. He was the guy. No. Do you remember he ordered? No.
Well, he's got some shit to say about you.
Fort Collins is cool. I dig Fort Collins. But no, I would move to Colorado. I would move to Boston. I'd move to Austin. I think maybe that's it. Maybe I would leave it there.
Would you deal with the snow?
No, I hate snow.
Then Boston. Why is Boston in your top
That's
five?
why I said beforehand, like, it was a 2-year experiment. I would never move there forever. Same problem with Colorado. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
Negative temperatures,
Yeah.
not even real. It's not a thing. I think that the whole world is lying to us. How is it possible that there's negative temperatures? That's like saying there's negative weather, which is like saying there's negative nature, which is the same as a negative tree. Have you ever seen a negative tree?
Like roots?
No. There's no such thing as a negative tree. How could there possibly be negative weather?
I mean, because we're trying to understand our natural world.
No!
No,
You're
we're not?
wrong. It can't be negative. That's impossible.
So wait, hold on, wait. Celsius,
That's why you live in California.
Celsius-
so you
oh,
never
yeah.
find out whether or not that's true.
Celsius is what? Celsius is where freezing is 0.
Yes.
Is that the difference?
Yes.
And then, like, Fahrenheit,
It's
freezing
32.
is 32 or
Yeah.
23?
32.
Is it Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan?
Magic Johnson.
Magic Johnson? Okay, cool. JV Phobic says, yeah, snow and cold sucks balls, and we're looking at negative 20 and 8 inches of snow in the next 3 days.
Not okay.
Hell, can't deal with it.
Let me just say that For you, where you live, that's DUMB.
Oh, damn! Boy, oh, damn. The real scale is Kelvin, no negative weather. All right. Let me see what time we're at. Okay, we got time here. Do you want a Rogue One spoiler-free review?
I haven't watched it.
No, that's why I'm saying.
Oh, do I want it?
Yeah. Do you want?
Because
it?
you watched it.
I watched it last night.
And you didn't call me at all, even once.
We talked to you. We said
What?
we were going to the draft house. We'd already gotten tickets.
No, you didn't.
Yeah.
Oh, like months ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. All right, fine. Carry on.
Do you wanna do you want spoiler free
Yeah,
thoughts?
fine. Go for it. What do I care?
Well, what do you? I mean, now you're being a brat. You're just throwing your mic card around. Like, we don't have to.
Just do it. I don't care.
Are you just like pretending like this is how you're gonna
just-
treat
I just
Scarlett when
wanted
she
to
starts,
see it.
being fussy?
I just wanted to see it. I haven't seen it at all.
I might see it again.
I just go. Just tell the story. Just do it.
I already talked about it on the thing on the stream. Did you not see my tweets about it?
No.
I was
All
up
right,
late.
hit me. Hit
I was
me.
up late.
So,
I stayed up till 4:00 in the morning.
Really?
Talking about this movie.
holy cow.
Yeah.
Well,
I
please
stayed
don't,
up-
please
I
don't make
stayed
it
up-
that long.
I stayed up later interacting with the internet about this movie last night than I did for my friend's wedding. I flew to South Florida, went to a wedding, and I was asleep by 2 a.m. for that wedding. 4:00 in the morning, I'm still on Twitter. No, but for real.
All right. So then, before you get started, where does it fall in the ranking of Star Wars movies?
All right. The ranking of Star Wars. You want it from top to bottom?
Sure.
All
Yeah.
right. Top to bottom. Empire,
Okay.
New Hope,
Okay.
7, Jedi, Rogue One, and then, I mean, put them in alphabetical order for the prequels. Like, they're just, garbage, trash, and haunted garbage.
So you didn't like it as much as you liked Rogue One. Did you stay up until 4 in the morning, or as much as you liked 7? Did you stay up until 4 in the morning after 7? I don't remember you being like that over the moon about it.
I was probably, to be fair, I was up until 4:00 in the morning because I saw the 11:30 showing.
Right.
So, like, that's part of it. I hated it.
You hated Rogue One?
Rogue One.
Really?
Hated it.
But you didn't.
Hated it.
But you didn't hate that. None of that made sense because you said that it was better than Jedi.
No, I said it was better than the prequels.
You also said it was better than Jedi.
No, I said 7 was better than Jedi.
Oh. All right. So you really disliked it? Like, honestly disliked it?
Yeah. It's not a good movie.
I think you're lying.
No.
No one else thinks that.
Look up my tweets. Look up my tweets. You want to know
That's
my
a hot
first
take.
You want to know what my first tweet was?
What?
Rogue Y.
Oh, my God. You're a clever boy. Oh, man. I saw someone put their like order of good movies in,
Yeah.
and I realized that like coming at Star Wars, watching it for the first time at 35, I think really like exactly reverse order is my favorite order. Like I really love Jedi. Jedi is my favorite.
Yeah, you want to know what?
I mean like the new one. The new one's my favorite, but then of the old ones, Jedi's my favorite.
Yeah, if now that I think about it more, like I personally have a tremendous connection to Jedi. It came out the year I was born. It was the one that I saw first, like as a kid. Obviously, like as a kid, Ewoks and Muppets and everything are just the best thing on earth.
Totally.
And there's just a lot to like about Jedi. Jedi, I think, gets a bad rap. You
It's got a great heist story to start things out with.
Yeah, exactly. There's these fun little stories. I don't know what I expected out of Rogue One.
Were your expectations too high?
Ultimately,
Uh,
like I don't think that's arguable.
yeah.
Considering I I was very excited. Considering I bought tickets to go see it at 11:30 on Thursday.
Yeah.
I was very excited. It was like at all costs, I gotta see this ASAP in the draft house. Like this is like a thing I need to do. So yeah, no, I was all in for it, and I loved the premise. Like I love the idea that like you could get away from all the things that at this point kind of I think can clutter a Star Wars story.
Mm-hmm.
Like the fact that everybody needs to be related, and the
Yeah.
fact that we're gonna have these same kind of space battles, and at some point someone's gonna have to get something to a thing, and like
Yeah.
there's just all these Star Warsian kind of tropes
Mm-hmm.
that I'm like, oh great. So now they're just telling like all these other stories. They can be whatever the hell they want, right?
Yeah.
And then we just get all the tropes again.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So, but it's a completely self-contained story, right? Can you see? So, I'm so confused. I've seen so many people raving about this movie. Can you see in it the things that they are raving about?
There is a lot of fan service.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and not even really like, oh my God, wouldn't it be cool if this person did a thing with that stuff? But like, Family Guy level, pan to the left, see people do a thing. Like, pan to the right, let's get back to the story.
Like often?
Yes.
Wow. Weird.
It
It was real bad, says Roebuck, a.k.a.
Yeah, I don't know. To be honest, I was shocked.
Huh.
I was blown away. I got
interesting.
a text from a mutual friend who lives in Los Angeles and is constantly in fear that his career will be ruined if he reveals his true black heart about pop culture. And it was like he literally had just gotten out of the theater as I was sitting down for my showing, and he's like, "Do you want to know what I thought?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "I hated it."
Oh, man.
And I was like, whatever. He hated episode 7.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to call him after this movie so I can explain to him
I mean, he only
why
hated
this is great.
he only hated episode 7 for like the first 3 days, right? And then he loved episode 7?
He hated episode 7 so much that he wrote a 12-point takedown.
But then wrote
and then wrote a rebuttal to his own 12-point takedown.
Right.
This person's a lunatic. He is a lunatic. He is a literal crazy person. Oh, Rob Kreckle's in the chat room. What's up, Rob? How you doing?
Oh, hey Rob.
Yeah. And so he was between Twitter and him. I was on the phone. I was literally on the phone for another hour after I got back. Ashley
wow.
went to sleep, and I was on the phone with him, and I was just like, just going over
And
all this stuff.
another thing. Was
lot of it.
was it
A
better
lot
or
of
worse than when we stood on the corner for 2 hours complaining about Pacific Rim? Like, is the movie?
Is the movie better than Pacific Rim?
Yeah. Or like, does the movie at least have
Are
like
you
less
ready?
to complain about?
Are you ready for this?
Maybe I'm not.
Pacific Rim's a better movie than Rogue One.
What?
Yes. Yes.
That can't be possible.
It is. It's got clear narrative. Like the story's dumb, but like also whatever. It's a world in which big robots battle monsters that come
So
from the sea.
Rogue One doesn't even have a clear narrative. It's a MacGuffin movie. Like, go get the thing. Okay, I got the thing.
No. Yeah, there is that, right? But also it's like the logic to get there. Imagine if in Pacific Rim they were like, "Oh, we found the thing that kills all the monsters." Cool. Let's just somebody remember to tell somebody later that we already have it. We know what it is. Now let's just go on the rest of this adventure hoping that somebody doesn't get killed. But now we know we can do any number of plans. All these plans are now valid, but let's just pick this one crazy, stupid, dangerous one.
Oh. And so then they build a giant robot and try to punch the Death Star?
Here's the other thing, and I don't think that this is something that I think you should be prepared for going into it. Like that you need to understand this is happening. Remember at the beginning of Ant-Man when they had a super young, whatever, what's his butt?
Yeah. Michael Douglas?
Michael Douglas. That's like 10% of the movie are like CGI de-aged actors from episode 4.
Aww.
Like Grand Moff Tarkin.
I thought this was totally separate. I thought they
No.
weren't even going to talk about it.
Uh-uh.
I also don't know what Grand Moff Tarkin is.
He's the old, like the withery British guy from episode 4 who's like on the Death Star, and he's
Okay.
like, this is a Death Star, and we will shoot and kill the stars with our Death Star.
Oh, yeah. I remember that line of
Like
dialogue.
that, yeah.
Yeah.
Remember this
That
famous
totally rings
line?
the bell.
This Rogue One doesn't have these classic Star Wars lines like, "This Death Star is a real humdinger.
We'll shoot all the stars and cause all the death.
None of these stars will live after this Death Star gets done with them."
Sir,
Yeah,
I think what we're implying is that we are the star that brings death. You're like, no, we kill stars. That's what we do. No, we kill planets.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of Uncanny Valley. Well, at least, I mean, like, I don't know. That's Rob's opinion that it's Uncanny Valley. To be
Yeah.
fair, like, I didn't think it was terrible. I didn't think that the de-aging was, like, awful. It didn't take me out of the movie. There were
Yeah.
other things that took me out of the movie, or that made me not like it as much. There's one thing that I kind of want to ruin. I kind of just want to ruin one thing. Can I ruin
Go
one
ahead.
thing?
Go ahead. I had the entirety of all the other Star Wars ruined as completely as possible before I saw them.
This will be what we go out on.
All
So
right.
if you want to save yourself from this, either
Yeah.
mute the stream. I'll wave
Oh, okay.
when we're done talking,
Yeah.
right? Or if you're listening to the podcast, just stop the podcast here. Download Mission Pick, buy the Contender, buy a sticker
Yeah.
pack.
All those
yada
things.
yada yada. The spoilers begin now. Darth Vader shows up for 2 scenes. Okay? So Darth Vader, literally, it's just the main bad guy in the movie who's new, a new character.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like trying to figure out how to stop the rebels from getting the plans. And he screws up. And he goes to meet Lord Vader. Lord Vader comes out and he's like, "I'm Lord Vader, blah, 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 blah." And then he's like,
Does he say his name?
I don't know.
Oh, all right.
I mean, I'm doing an impression, so
I know.
I have to say the name.
That's why I had to ask.
And the kind of internal struggle in the movie is our new character, the new bad guy,
Uh-huh.
is like in this like inner office politics with Grand Moff Tarkin. And he's like, "Who gets credit for the Death Star?" And Grand Moff Tarkin's like, "I'm going to get credit for the Death Star." And he's like, "No, but I helped build the Death Star. I deserve the credit." So he goes to Lord Vader effectively to see if he can get Darth Vader to tell the Emperor that he built the Death Star, right?
Uh-huh.
And at some point, Vader's like, "I will inform the Emperor that ba ba ba," and dude's like, "So you'll tell him? You'll tell him that I did this?" And then he's like, "Oh." Darth Vader is facing the other direction. All right, so we are to believe that either Darth Vader is just showing off,
Uh-huh.
that like he doesn't turn around to do the Force choke. He's just kind of either, there's only 2 ways this happens. Either he's doing it like through his body, right? So he's just like sitting here like he has like a brandy snifter. Like if you were just to shoot him from the front, he's just kind of like doing like this move in front of his chest, right?
Yeah.
Or he's like an and one basketball mixtape doing it between his legs.
Are we 100% certain that the guy didn't like really unfortunate? He like had lunch, storing a chicken bone in his cheek for later.
No.
Told his story and then was like, "Uh-oh."
We're not at the worst part yet.
Oh. All right.
Darth Vader then turns around and says, "What bad guy in the movie? Don't choke on your ambition."
Aww.
A pun! A pun! Yes, it's the best Star Wars movie of all time because now I finally got to see Darth Vader make a pun.
Oh no.
A pun!
Why
He's
does-
supposed to be the most hardcore badass of all time, and he's making fun. Do you think he went back to his like his red sheet buddies that like hang out next to him? He's like, "Did you hear it? I said choke while I was choking him. Do you think he got it? Do you think he's gonna tell? Do you think he's gonna steal it? I bet you the Emperor steals it. The Emperor's classic Emperor. He's gonna steal it. All right, that's it. Let's go ahead and wrap it up. I just ruined the movie
sad.
for Brett. Okay, everybody. Brett and Justin work from home. Ba 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 da ba ba.
Bye-bye.